Hoo-wee, what's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie Piante. So listen, I'm bringing you another right edge blade, a Cisco blade, right? That means another budget blade. And I love proving knife snobs wrong. Sometimes budget knives just get it done. And I don't know if this is gonna get it done. I'm just assuming so far. So what I'm gonna show you first is the sheath, because it is a really decent leather sheath. It's just taco style, that little folded sandwich style sheath. It's double stitched and it works. That's all it is a working sheath. And how about the blade? Well, I'll tell you, that's not so bad looking. It has more handle than blade, which when you're talking about a small blade, I like, because I need to grab onto it. So far right away, I'm into that. It's a fat little stubby guy. It's not so bad. Let's look at it. Now, it's the HS4424. And I'll even show you. Boop. That's what it is right there. The HS4424 right edge. Right? It has good weight for it has good weight to it for this little guy right here. It is true full tang. You got some, it looks like rosewood handles, and you even have a decorative pin there in the middle. And let's see what we're looking at here for stats. We have a blade length of 4 inches, a handle length of 5 inches, an overall length of 9 inches, obviously. It is carbon steel with a 4.5 millimeter stock with rosewood. That's what I thought. And that's all it is. Now it's listed as a all-purpose camp knife. Now, all-purpose means it should be able to do a lot of different things. We're going to test that. We're going to do something a little bit different to start this review with. First, I don't know if it's razor sharp. I doubt it is, but we will see if it's even break the hair sharp. And it is not like shave sharp out of the box. I mean, you're going to cut yourself if you do it wrong sharp, but it's not shave sharp out of the box. It's just your basic style hunting knife. It does have the black finish. You can see that it's all like, it's budget. What do they go for anyway? I don't even know. Let's see. I'm a dealer on what do you call it, on the Cisco's page. Like I get dealer prices, so I have no idea what these really cost because I get them different. Let's see. This is an AU price of $49. I don't know what that translates to American because I am on clearly the wrong kind of page, but it is. It's pretty cheap. I think they're around $30. I think that's what it is, somewhere in there, for a nice big hunk of carbon steel, and it's pretty fat. It is. I got something for you. It's about 1 3/4 inches wide, which is really nice. It's got a big fat blade, but I don't want to sit around here and talk about it because there's not much to really talk about. But it's a multi-purpose blade. Let's see if we can multi-purpose with it. Come on. All right, so one of the joys of owning a house that's 250 years old and is older than the United States of America is you have a lot of horsehair plaster. We ended up having a boo-boo on this wall because we were doing work on the wall on the other side, and it pushed some of the wooden slats that are hand-cut wooden slats, and we broke this. So what I did is I got myself a nice little 2x2, and I need to cut out a square. So what I'm going to do is I want to see if this guy is going to be able to do that. So what I want to do real quick is just line this thing up right there. We're just going to make a nice little patchwork right here, and that's going to be about it. So I just want to get a nice line, and then we're going to see if we can't cut through that line. And using this guy, I got the kittens all around, so I got to make sure I don't cut off their whiskers. And voila. So I got myself a nice square And what we're going to do, we're going to just punch a hole right through that. We're going to see how this edge holds up doing all this. So I am going to cut myself a nice patch in plaster. And if it's a hunting knife that's kind of, you know, labeled as a do-all. You want to say hi, buddy? Hello. If it's a hunting knife that is supposed to be a do-all, we're going to see if we can do all. I hit a hard spot right here. Not exactly sure what that is, but we're going to get through it. It's probably a piece of wood that's bowed out. We will find out. You want to say hi too? This is the other little guy. And I will do that. I'm not going to make you guys watch this whole thing, but what I'm going to do is just try and cut out a few pieces and just show you guys what's going on. So we're looking at old, very old plaster, and you can see these woods are all hand done 250 years ago when they didn't have all the machines to do it with. So I'm going to finish cutting this out, and then we'll go over this. So I'm going through and I'm finding that a lot of this stuff over here is really hard. I mean, well, it's hard as rock. So what I want to do is just start stabbing at some of it, find the soft parts, and then peel away from there. But what I'm going to do is, basically, this isn't a tutorial on walling, since I'm not a waller. This is going to be is this knife strong enough? So I'm just going to keep pounding and keep checking. So I'm just going to keep looking at this blade and seeing how it's going. But so far, I mean, I'm cutting through a lot of old rock, right? And it's holding. See right here? You hear that? Listen. Soft, hard. For some reason, I don't know why, some of this stuff is crazy hard. And I really gotta dive that tip into it to get it going. So if it's gonna take tip damage, or if it's gonna be a crappy knife that'll be damaged at the tip, it's gonna be because of all this. But I mean, look at this, man. This house was built in 1771. Every one of these was cut by hand, right? Every single piece. Kind of crazy. All right, let me keep going. I found I could use it as a pry bar too. This blade's nice and meaty. So what I'm doing is I'm sticking it in here and just prying. I'm trying to get behind some of this plaster that's really on there. I mean, it's been on there for this long. Stuff can't be that bad, right? So I'm probably gonna lose some diamonds because I'm smashing against the wall. So I better take that off, put it on the other hand there. But look at this, man. It's just the blade itself is taking a pretty good pounding. And I don't know if I'm hitting steel there, and I think I am. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, so I just absolutely smashed back and forth on this screw right here that I didn't know was there. It's like an anchor. And that's probably not good for the knife, but so far so good, right? And you guys seen it. I was absolutely smashing on it because I didn't know it was there. But it's actually, the blade is doing pretty good. A little bit better than I expected. I thought this was going to tear it up a little bit, and I thought, okay, maybe for the rest of the video, I'm going to have to go ahead and give it a sharpening first. But so far, it's holding out there, man. This thing's not doing so bad. All right, so not bad, man. I'll finish the rest of this later, but I want to get to some more stuff. But as far as carving out all that stone, it really it hasn't done anything bad to it, that's for sure. So let's get back to our regular scheduled programming. All right, so what I did is I washed it off to get the plaster off, just so you could see it. So I gave it like more of a rinse than a wash, actually, because you still got some plaster on there. but I just really wanted you to be able to see what I'm seeing. So after digging all that stone, and this tip right here, that edge is where I was hammering down on that screw that I didn't know was there. And it's not bad. It's not bad, man. I mean, I was just tearing that stuff up. Is it sharp? No, but it didn't really start out that sharp. This is something that would be really easy for me to sharpen myself, and I'm going to, because so far I just like the feel. I love, you know, knives similar to this. It's just, they get the job done, right? So, and who knows, it could end up being a sale piece or in a giveaway or something once I put an edge on it. But so far, I mean, crap, it cut through stone and it hammered on a screw and there's no damage to it. And you think, if it's a budget knife, there's no way it's gonna be hammering on a piece of steel and not show damage. But guess what? It hammered on a piece of steel and it didn't show damage. Let's see if we could chop through the extension cord, see if it's sharp enough for it. There we go. There we go. So it's not sharp, but it's sharp enough for that. It's not going to be sharp enough for a push cut, I'm pretty confident in, but who knows, maybe we can saw through the 1/2-inch nylon rope. Push cut, not a chance in hell. But it's I probably didn't get the most of it I got, but it definitely sawed through a little bit. Might be fun for that. I just have a feeling that putting an edge on this would make it a much better piece, just for the fact that it has no edge and it's still doing the job. Plus, I mean, who knows what kind of an edge it had before I decided this would be great to saw through stone, right? So let's get you guys a little closer here. Let's see if this lack of an edge can even, here we go, we're getting off some of the bark and we're starting to get some curling. So we just got to find the proper edge geometry on this. You can see that all those tight little stuff, those little bark curls, you could collect those and use them for your fire. You could see, like, see how it's all stuck there? What that means is the edge was ground but not smooth. So they used a heavier stone when they ground this down, but then they didn't use a lighter stone to smooth it out. So it's got lines in it. And that's why it's, so if you have a knife and you're cutting stuff and you realize that your edge is full of crap and you have to keep cleaning it out, that just means it needs to be honed. That's all that means, is you got to hone that edge. This is an unhoned edge. So let's see if we can get some pulls here. Let's see. There we go. It really needs an edge. I mean, it needs an edge. So I'm wondering, so it's going to be a lot of the budget knives are inconsistent on edges. Some of them might come sharp, some of them might not. You can't even feather with this thing right now. I know I can slam on it, I can beat on it, I can give it a good ho-ho, but it's just not getting anywhere as far as cutting. And I'm wondering if I threw just a little bit of edge on there, how this thing would perform. All right, so what we have here, it's kind of hard to tell, the sun going away, is a much nicer edge, right? So that looks a lot better. We should be able to feather now with this thing and all should be a-okay. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can't do that. All right, so first things first. Hey, all right. Well, it should perform a little better because it just cut a little better. So we will soon find out. We will soon find out. Let's see. Oh, that's much better. That's much better. Now you can see we're getting some curls. Look at that. So sometimes it, look at those curls. Sometimes it takes just putting a little edge before you can get some really nice tight curls. I mean, that's all it took. That's all it took, was just a few passes to get some of that going. Let's see. Oh, that was good. That dug right in there. That dug right in there. Look at that. Huge difference. So that's a pretty big change. So is it possible to throw an edge on one of these guys and get it going? Hell yeah. And I have to say the edge went on pretty easily. Let's see. We can't just bang through some stuff here. Let's see. Alright. See if my edge doesn't fold over or anything like that. We got a nice knot here, so we'll go through there. I'm getting all the way up to the blade, to the tip. I'm running out of real estate. Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Ugh. Burying my scales into the wood. Ugh. Ugh. But it's going straight through a knot. That's pretty nice right there. That's a good hard one. Let's see if my new edge folded, and it did not. It held up really well. So that's the thing. You get yourself a cheap knife, right? Like a budget knife, and it comes dull. You put an edge on it, you want to know if it's going to last. I'll tell you what, man, this thing grinds through cement. It's hammering through knots. I'm able to cut with it, you know what I mean? It's just a budget knife that is going to come back and kill me, that you can use. Look at that, and I just fired it off a piece of wood and no loosening in the scales. So hey, that's pretty good. Let's see if we can back up a little bit and actually throw this thing though. Let's see. Actually, I'll bring you with me and see if I can't do it while I hold you, because I like to look at the camera while I make my throws, because it's a little harder. Oh, it's stuck in the ground. I threw it right. I just missed my target because I'm looking at you guys. Okay. Here we go. You know, it's hard to line up a target through the camera. Oh, I was there. I couldn't see, but I think that hit the tip. Let's see. Did I break any scales? Nope. So far, so good. Let's try that again. Line that son bitch up. Where is the target? There it is. Yeah! All right. First try, baby. All right, so so I bet you if I'm actually looking at my target, this might not be a bad thrower. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Am I going to sit there and say, oh my God, this is a great knife. I love this knife. I love everything about this knife. No. What I'm going to tell you is that you can take a really cheap knife, throw a little edge on it, and make it a better cheap knife. You know what I mean? A knife that's actually going to work. A knife that can take some abuse. A knife that can tear through some plaster and keep on going. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. Let's see. Boom. That's all thorns right there. I don't want this one landing on my head, but I want to cut it. So we're going to come over here. I think I got you guys in there. Hopefully I won't cut my hands. Oh, that's a big one. Let's get through some of these. I'm pulling back because I'm afraid that I'm going to hit too close and all these things are going to go right through my hand. All right, so now I got a good piece. There we go. That's better. So, I mean, again, it is what it is. It's a little multi-purpose hunting knife. Can you use it for a multi-purpose hunting knife? Absolutely. If you take it out of the box, are you going to take it and have it be your skinner? Absolutely not. Throw a little edge on there. You might get a little bit of work out of this thing. It might do some stuff. And that's the important part. What counts is if you're out somewhere and it's the only knife you have, can you use it? And the answer is yes. But you have to put an edge on it unless yours comes sharp, because you never know. Some of them do, some of them don't. That's where consistency, comes in. But I mean, all in all, it's not terrible. Look, I hit the stump good and hard there, but I didn't break it, so that's a good thing. Nothing loosened, nothing separated. My edge that I put on still looks the same, so that's good. It's still nice and sharp. So if you are seeing some kind of you know, budget knife, and all it says is high carbon and blah blah blah, and you're wondering, all right, okay, that thing I just found for 15 bucks or $8 at a swap meet, blah blah blah, is it going to be worth it? I'll tell you what, if it's dull, put an edge on it, because you never know, that could be the best $8 find of your life if, you know, if you get the right thing. But nothing like just putting a little edge on something and changing it completely. The fact that I was able to, literally, I was doing this, ba 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 ba, hammering on that screw, and it was going tunk 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 tunk. I was hitting it direct, no damage. I mean, if that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what will, because it was no damage without an edge, and I put an edge on it and there's still no damage. So it's still the same steel, just with a better edge. Look at that shine right there, right? So I don't know, to me it's not horrible. Would I recommend you going out and chasing one down? No. But if you see one of these for like sub 20 bucks somewhere, it's not a bad buy. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's strong, I'll give you that. So this little guy, it can tear through some plaster, it can tear through some knots in wood, it can tear through the sky, man. It'll rip through, and it'll help you get the thorns out without cutting up your fingers. But it's not great, but it's not bad. So that's it for this one. I am Donnie B all day. Until next knife.